What's going on, everybody? It's Lights Out from MaddenDaily.com, and this is Madden Tip Tuesday. You should know already what Madden Tip Tuesday is by now, but if you don't and if you're new, first of all, subscribe to the channel for great Madden 16 content and tips. Every single Tuesday, we break down a free Madden tip for our subscribers, and if we get a ton of likes on this video, we're gonna start doing a tip on Thursday as well. Smash that like button and let's get started with this tip. So you guys could tell by the clips and the title of this video, we're gonna be breaking down how to lock down QB sneak and also some tips on how to utilize QB sneak to get that key 4th and inches and 4th and 1 big play to keep that drive going. The defense that we're going to showcase on how to lock down QB sneak is at a 3-4 odd. Now, this is going to be really beneficial not only for our YouTube subscribers, but also our premium members, because we broke down on our website in the past how to lock down QB sneak in 4-3 under and dime normal, but we haven't touched upon it with 3-4. So for the guys that are running just strictly 3 down lineman defenses, this tip is going to be great for you guys. So let's first get into some tips on how to utilize QB sneak, and then we'll show you how to lock it down. Now, when running QB sneak, if you're just going to hike the ball, the quarterback's going to go to the middle and he's going to automatically dive. Now, a problem with this is that if our opponent has QB sneak defense, they're going to shoot the gap and tackle our QB before we could even get a half of a yard. Another problem is sometimes just out of nowhere, or if the DT's right in the middle, sometimes we run into the center and we get like a butt fumble animation, and the quarterback is going to dive down. His knees will go down before he stretches out his arms, and we're not even going to get a single yard. We may even lose a yard. That animation happens a lot, and it's very frustrating. Even when our opponent isn't in QB sneak defense and we think we're easily going to get it, sometimes that happens, and we're going to get locked down and a turnover on downs. There's a very simple way on preventing this. What we're going to do is we're going to dive to the left or to the right. Instead of diving just straight to the middle and running into the center or the DT, we're going to dive either to the left. If, say, our opponent is manually trying to get into the right A-gap, we'll dive to the left. If our opponent is on the left side of the field trying to hit that left A-gap, we will dive to the right. How we're doing this is we're holding the left trigger. We're putting our analog stick either up and to the left if we want to go left, or up and to the right if we want to go right. And we're just going to keep tapping the X or square button. So if we want to go to the left, we're holding left trigger plus up, plus diagonally to the left with the left analog stick, and we're hitting that X button. So as soon as we hike, we're just going to dive to the left. So if they're manually watching the right, that's when we're going to go left. If there's a lot of guys on the left or they're trying to shoot that left gap, we're going to hold left trigger plus up and to the right with the left analog stick, and we're just going to keep pressing the dive. And we should be able to stretch the QB out. He will get as many yards as possible before his knees go down, and that is definitely a great simplified tip on how to get that inch or 1 yard with the QB sneak. Also, another thing I didn't mention is we like to run goal line flipped as opposed to just regular goal line. I don't know if that's just in our minds or in our heads, but we feel like it's easier to run the QB sneak when the goal line formation is flipped. Now, let's show you how to lock down QB sneak very easily. It's going to be out of any play out of 3-4 odd. All you have to do is shift the defensive line to the right, run commit, and take the free safety, bring him down into that left A-gap. You want to bring him almost all the way down, just not directly at defensive tackle, at the depth of the defensive tackle, a little bit above him, but you want him to be where one foot is on the center and the other foot is in that left A-gap. So right exactly where I'm showing you is where you want to be, and what's going to happen is the center is going to block the DT on the right. The left guard is going to block the defensive end on the left, leaving a gap right there for us to hit. Now, if we're way too close, like if we were literally on the line of scrimmage, the center is going to block us. But if we back up just a little bit, let's say 1.5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and we are going to be run committing, so we don't even have to actually bring that guy down. Automatically, when our opponent hikes the ball, the safety is going to fly down. All we have to do is just hit the X or square button to tackle the QB. And we should get like a speed burst tackle since we're run committing. Now, you can get this done without run committing. It's not going to be as effective. You also could get this done by shifting the defensive line left instead of shifting the defensive line right. Again, it will work, but not as effective. Something that you can do is the tip that we broke down in the beginning of this video by diving. if, say, our opponent dove to the left, since we're in the right A gap, then they should be able to get the dive animation before we run into the A gap. So that's why this dive concept on offense that we showed you is very effective. Now, on the left side, though, if we shift the defensive line to the right and they try to do the dive animation, we're going to hit that gap before they're able to do that. So this is going to be almost guaranteed. 4th and inches, 4th and a centimeter, we're going to get the stop as long as you do exactly what we're showing you. The play that we're coming out in, by the way, is cover 3 sky. But honestly, this is better when you're in a man defense. So what we suggest is playing a man blitz. Another thing that we suggest, besides just shifting the defensive line to the right, if you want to stop the power O and the FB dive, then you're going to want to spread the linebackers up. By spreading the linebackers up, this is going to help stop the power O because a lot of the times we'll be able to shoot that gap since the pulling guard on the right is in charge of blocking us. And since we're run committing, we're shooting the gap, we should be able to get in to hit the running back before the pulling guard blocks us. Now, when it comes to the FB dive, if we're going to spread the linebackers up, a lot of the times those middle linebackers will shoot the B gaps and come in. If it's not him, it will be the corner on the left. Since we're run committing, they're going to shoot down to get the fullback. This is not great fullback dive defense by any means. This is specifically done if you're expecting a QB sneak. If your opponent runs QB sneak, you're going to lock them down majority of the times. If they run FB dive or any other run, it's going to be random. It should still be good run defense because we are run committing, but it's not going to be 100% of the time stop. Sometimes they will be able to break out. Sometimes they will be able to get a yard. For the most part, it's pretty decent defense as we're showing you, but it's not a guarantee stop. Also, if our opponent tries to run a play action play, we're pretty much going to be screwed because we're run committing. Since we're run committing, we're blitzing a lot of people, and we don't have any pressure. So if someone does try to hit you with a play action, what you can do is use this defense, but don't run commit. You still will stop the QB sneak a lot of the times, but it won't be guaranteed because you're not getting that speed burst. You get that speed burst when you run commit. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tip. If you did, smash that like button because if we get 300 likes on this video, we're going to be back again for Madden Tip Thursday. And if you guys can't wait for that, every weekend we post tips on our website for our premium membership. We do 3 to 4 pro tips every single week. We're at week 16, so that is roughly about 50 tips so far. And last week we did a Arizona Cardinals ebook for premium members. We're going to be doing more mini ebooks, not just for members. That's going to be coming soon. We'll keep you guys posted on that. And that is it for now, fellas. Until next time, it's lights out from MaddenDaily.com. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll see you Thursday, if not Tuesday. Later, fellas.